now they
Charlie, oh no, Buff Phil B. Tonight, Phil, no.
I know daylight, no. I don't wanna see no daylight now. Yeah.
I was going in with that feeling, not knowing there is another big party at the back. Now, what is that feel that you always bring on your songs?
I'm just all about showcasing a positive light on Africa, Ghana, our music. So yeah, I like to bring that out of people, and to me, it creates a platform for me to tell our story as well. So it's good. You can get through to the people through dance, through movements. That's how you create, movements. When people are dancing, you get their attention. So that's one of the ways that we get through to the people. Yeah.
But are you a good dancer yourself?
Yeah, I get some moves. I can dance better than you. I saw you.
No. Maybe it's because I was seated. When I get up, you see a different dance move. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But that song, the Antina song, I did not see you dancing well in it.
Oh, because you know what? Sometimes you have to lead the people. You have to allow the people to shine. And that's what I was doing.
No. In fact, these kind of lies, we know how to say it. we all know how to say these kind of lies. So you were just allowing them to shine.
Allowing them to shine, man.
I see. Fizz ODG is our special guest here. And the Black Beauty dolls, I saw you sharing with our people. Now, this concept, maybe we can clear that before we move on to other businesses. Nana dolls.
Yeah, Nana dolls.
What is it about, boss?
It's they're African dolls, black dolls, dark skin, based on historical African women. And it's just like the Barbie dolls that you see, the blonde hair, white Barbies, but this time they're black. And we want our young kids, especially our young girls, to know that they're queens and they can be represented just like how the whites can be represented. We can represent them in these exciting dolls. And they're also based on historical African women. So one of them is based on Yasantoa, called Nanaya. One of them is based on Fumilayo Kuti, Fela Kuti's mom, called Nana Kuti. Another one is based on Miriam Makeba, Nana Makeba. And we have a new one based on Nanny of the Maroons. So, again, some of these names that I'm mentioning, some of you guys have never heard of them. Like Nanny of the Maroon was actually one of the Africans that were, a group of Africans that were enslaved in Ghana and taken to the Caribbean, and they formed a group and they ran off into the hills and they created their own community. And she managed to free a lot of the slaves when they were taken from Ghana to the Caribbean. And I actually went to Jamaica to see where she was buried and to find out more about her. And they actually speak Tree there.
I see.
They speak Tree in Jamaica, but it's like transformed Tree. They say Nyankimpong, but we know it's Nyankopong. They say Abeng. When someone's coming, I'm about Abeng. Like, we play that Abeng, and I'm like, yeah, that's the same. So it's the same kind of culture, but it's like, because we're split and we don't know about each other, we don't think they exist. But we have Ghanaians that are in the hills of Jamaica, and they gain independence way before Jamaicans even gain independence. But we need to learn about these people. These kids need to know that they have the power, to be great, just like these leaders.
I see. Now, the inspiration of your This Is New Africa, sometimes I just don't understand how you were able to get it right, because you have lived abroad, you've lived with the white people, and you still have this mindset of history, blacks. How did the inspiration come?
It came from me coming back to Ghana and traveling across Africa and seeing so much beauty and talent and entrepreneurs and seeing that that's not been represented in London, where I grew up, and it was really sad, because all you see in London is kids dying in Africa, kids with flies around their mouth, poverty, war. These are the kind of images they're showing. But me, when I came back and I was seeing all these talent across Africa, all this beauty and opportunity, I wanted to let the world know that this is new Africa. This is the Africa they've been showing you, but this is new Africa. It's time for us to tell our own story.
So what would you tell those who might not understand the ideology and maybe consider you to be a racist, kind of?
It's far from a racist. It's about embracing who we are, and it's self-love. And whenever I'm performing in front of even other cultures like whites, Asians, I always tell them it's very important that you love yourself and your culture. And that's what I do. I represent myself and I represent my culture. So make some noise for Ghana, make some noise for Africa. And everybody starts making noise, because they know that I'm representing my culture same way they should represent their culture.
When would you feel achieved that the new Africa you are preaching finally has arrived?
When our mentality change as a people and we start loving each other and protecting each other and fighting for each other, you know. So, but it's a journey that's been started already by a lot of our leaders in the past, like, you know, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But we just have to carry it on, and we have to make sure that our kids can also carry on. But we have to start with their mind and build it for them to love themselves.
Now, in doing this, have you come across some challenges, some difficulties in where you want to get to your destination?
Yeah, of course, because, you know, I'm out there, you know, fighting for Africa, but sometimes, you know, there's so many things that I've had to say no to because it was portraying Africa in such a negative way. Like, there was this thing called Band-Aid, and they're all about raising money for Africa. So I said no to it. So when you first look at it, people were thinking, why are you saying no? We're trying to help your people. You know, so I said to them, no, you're not trying to help my people. You're crippling my people. Yes, we'll raise money in the short term, but nobody would want to come to Africa, because if you're saying Ghana, people are dying, as soon as you step there, you get Ebola, and let's raise money for these people dying of Ebola. Then you give your money, you give your $1, but you wouldn't step foot into Ghana. So I've been against raising money for the short term and been thinking about the long term in terms of telling a positive story so people can come on holiday or may even come and invest. Because when you come on holiday here, you probably spend maybe 10,000 in a month. Like how you go to Miami, you spend 20,000 in a week, or you go to Vegas and they spend 50,000 in a week. You do the same here, but why give us $1 and you give 50,000 to Vegas? You know, because you're not showing people dying in Vegas, and people die all the time in America. In fact, there's more poverty in America than I've seen in Ghana. I've seen more homeless people in America than I've seen in Ghana. I've seen more drug addicts in America than I've seen in Ghana, but they don't show those images because they know that people wouldn't want to go there. Because when we go to America because we want to do our shopping, have a great time, people should be able to do the same for Ghana. So I look at it from a long-term perspective about empowering us, telling our story in a positive way so we love ourselves, so that way we can build our own country. When they come, they'll give us their money, they'll give us business, and we'll be able to build from that perspective rather than from a charity perspective.
I see. Fuse ODG, my special guest. But then, do you think you can achieve this if you collaborate with politicians? I don't know how far or how best you are doing that with them, though. You want to change Africa, you want to change the mindset. Do you need politicians to help you achieve this?
You need the people. The people are the main people that.
But in Africa, where politicians control affairs.
Yeah, no, there's definitely levels of power, and this is, you know, of course, I'm working with the tourism board. And I've been part of, you know, the year of return because, you know, we've been pushing the agenda of people coming back home anyway. So definitely there's a certain level of relationship that you need to keep with the government in order for certain things to be enforced. You definitely need the government involved. But it's not an easy process because it's always, especially being in Ghana, and, you know, the hierarchies, and, you know, it's like if you meet an adult, you know, you have to our culture, you have to keep quiet and let the adults speak. And sometimes it's kind of hard trying to, you know, get them to learn from us, because it's all about learning from each other. Yes, we listen to our elders, but also listen to what the young people are saying. You know, so there's definitely there needs to be a change in the mentalities of some of our, you know, politicians, so we can all move together and build a country together. So definitely the government needs to get involved. And, you know, there's been a couple of people that's made efforts in making sure that, you know. Okay,
we have so many things to say, so actually, let's come back.
It's the year of return.
Yeah, I know. What has it been accepted officially?
Yeah, it has.
What did it come with? Maybe some goodwill, some money, or what did it come with?
It just came with love.
Just love.
Just love.
When the song was recorded with money, video shot with money, and sure, everything coming with just love.
There's a lot of sacrifice that I do for Ghana. You know, this song has Damian Marley on it. I went to Miami to record with Damian Marley. Then we shot the video after. There's a lot of funds invested in it. But I'm more invested in the mission of people coming back home and us changing our mentality more than anything else. And I know that in the long run, we'll definitely see benefits anyway. So I'm okay.
Now, the year of return project, what will be the benefit from your perspective to Ghana?
To Ghana is people coming to see the actual truth. because the perception of Africa has been so bad. Perception of Ghana has been very bad. The only way that people get to see Ghana is through my music or through our music, the way we speak in our interviews when I'm on TV over there, or if any other artist or anyone from Ghana is talking about it, or the only other way you see it, or if you eat our food, maybe you ask questions, where's this from? Oh, if free Ghana, your friend will watch it. No, yeah, that's how it starts conversation. So there's not many platforms that tell us our stories. And now when they come, they'll get to see it. They'll get to feel it. They'll get to see the truth and realize that they've actually been lied to. And hopefully when they go out there, they'll also, tell the story, tell the narrative as how they've seen it. And also them being over here, they can also maybe get inspired, maybe invest. They can realize there's opportunities here, especially for our African people. There's land here that you can invest in. There's businesses here, hopefully people will meet and get married and have kids. There's so many possibilities, but they're all beautiful, and I pray that everything kind of works well for Ghana. It's a very beautiful moment for Ghana.
I see. Is Fuse now living in Ghana entirely, or he's still?
I live half. I'm half in Ghana and I'm half in London. Yeah, because with the kind of work that I do, I have shows every week across the world. So I always have to travel. So London is like one of the, central places that I travel from to do my shows. It's very costly. I come to Ghana every month, and it's easier and flying from London and doing my shows. So my plan is to fully move here as soon as possible.
Okay.
Of course, I have my house here. My family's here. My whole team is here. All my music is being made here. So definitely I do want to eventually move and live with my people and actually fight with my people.
I see. I've come across a debate on social media where some people argue that, Fuse, if he really wants to champion this Tina agenda, he should come and live in Africa entirely. Let's see if he will still continue to speak the way he is doing. I don't know what message you have for such people, those who have such a mentality.
Yeah, but me, I grew up in Ashtown as well. So I grew up in Kumasi as well. So I know how it's like. I came from a very poor background. So I am the people, So, but I definitely understand their sentiment. But it's all about who's willing to fight for Africa. We all need to fight together. We can all learn from each other. We can all learn from our experiences. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was living in America for so many years. Then he lived in the UK for so many years, and then he was invited from the UK to Ghana to help.
Our independence.
Exactly, to help chair the committee over here, and that's how he started his party and, Ghana gained independence. I think traveling has really helped me gain a different mentality and experience that could definitely benefit our country. So I'm excited about the future and actually being here and learning from our people as well and building with our people.
I see. Now, I know some years back when you mentioned Fuse ODG in Ghana, yes, we know he's Ghanaian, but that artist who lives abroad. Now, have you been accepted as part of our folks looking around, maybe based on your daily dealings with them? Do they now see you as part of our music folk?
You have to tell me. We also catch me.
Well, now we know you do most of the things here, but the guys you do it with, would you be the first person they would want to call if they are looking for a guy to do some collaboration with here in Ghana?
I mean, yeah, I'm one of the first people that people call. But yeah, I'm with the people. I'm always fighting for Ghana. Mom and him said, I'm always screaming Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. New Africa, and people don't even understand it, but it's because I feel like we have to think about our kids and our future. I want my family to live in a place where they love themselves enough. They're not going to be driving around seeing bleaching billboards all over the place and people trying to take advantage of our insecurities. We want to get rid of all these insecurities and make our people love themselves so my kids can grow in an environment where they feel empowered, they feel free, and then when they go out there, I want the people out there to respect where they're from, because where they're from is a powerful place, so it's a big mission that affects us in so many ways that we don't think about. You know.
See, when you were called to perform at the closing ceremony of the
African
AFCON,
Cup of Nations.
yeah, I have this mindset that okay, maybe the agenda has finally arrived. Africa is calling you to close a whole tournament.
Yeah.
Did you also get the same mindset?
Yeah, no, it was definitely on that same mindset of we need someone who can represent Africa to the world. And to them, they thought who better to do it than someone who's always fighting for Africa, outside of Africa, because the world was watching, you know. And plus, aside that, my music is also commercially known worldwide, you know, so it all made sense, you know. So definitely it's that time where people are now coming back home in their minds and also now physically, you know.
I see. All right, now let's talk about music business. I know we've done. I see. Yeah, we've done a whole lot of the Tina. Now let's come to music business. I like the new song and the title. Osu what?
Osu, hey Charlie. Osu is dangerous.
I love that title though. But we'll come there. I know you have an EP.
Yes, coming out this Sunday.
Okay.
Road to Ghana. That's the name of it. So everybody look out for it. But yeah, the idea of the EP is to just showcase Ghana talent, showcase my love for Ghana, and it's really bringing it back home with the EP.
The name is Road to Ghana.
Yeah.
Once again, is it in connection with the Year of Return committee? Is it part of their
No, it's
activities?
not with the committee. It's just what I'm doing. Everything that I do is mostly what I'm doing first, and then they come on board. Breathfield was made way before they even said, "Oh, we want this to be the Year of Return theme." You know, it was made like in the middle of, you know, early last year. It was made. It just happens to be that, you know, 400 years since slavery, and the obviously the president made it the Year of Return, so it was perfect.
I see. Because of where you came from, do you also have that perception of music sales dropping, or in your story it is different?
In terms of, I mean, music sales probably dropped when, you know, CD sales stopped, physical CD sales stopped, but now it's streaming, you know. But the game is always changing, and you just have to adapt. There's always the downside, and there's also opportunities as well. So
you don't, it's not affecting you in any way?
Everything affects everybody. If something changes, we all just have to adapt quickly. You know, so definitely it affects everybody, but there's also more opportunities that came with it, you know.
I see. Now, do you intend to do more promotion, as in active promotion in Ghana, especially where radio is not paying artist royalties and all that?
Yeah, that's also something that we've been also talking about, and also trying to, you know, work on it, because artists deserve, you know, their royalties, because so much, like you said, so much go into the music, so much go into the videos. And it's like sometimes it doesn't make sense that some artists even have to pay the stations for them to play the music, rather than the stations paying them for playing their music. You know, we definitely need to empower the artists, but there's a lot of work to do. Again, that's something that I'm in support of, and, you know, had conversation with Gamro and all these guys, and, you know, and
you've met them yet?
Yes, yeah, I have actually had a conversation with them, and, you know, we're definitely in keeping in communication and seeing who we can link them with as well. And the good thing about the Year of Return situation is that it brings all these expertise also down as well, that we can also bounce ideas from, you know, because I know a lot of radio PRS people are even coming down, you know, so definitely, and I'm glad to know some of these people, because we arrange meetings and we all sit down, and a lot of these guys are Ghanaians, you know, so definitely, but things will change, and this Year of Return and our people coming back home will also help, you know.
When we come together to push you to become the musician union head in Ghana, would you accept that offer?
No, I wouldn't.
In calling for the change, why don't you be the man at the forefront?
I would definitely help. But right now, I said I wouldn't, because I'd rather just help than take on, you know, be voted to be. It's like, it's a journey. Everything is a journey, you know, and I don't want my motive to start changing. Right now, I just genuinely want to help. I don't want to be in a position where it's like I'm now having to, it gets messy.
To take the decision.
Yeah, it gets messy, but really I just want to check the people and see what's happening. And people might start looking at me differently and think that, oh, maybe this is what I wanted to do. He just wants to take this and that. You know, I don't want anything. I just want to help it. You know, so
I see.
Yeah.
Road to Ghana, how many tracks on it?
It's 6 tracks on there, and it's featuring some amazing Ghana talent.
Okay.
You know, people that I really love. It has FR on there. It has Manifest on there. Toy Boy, of course, with the OC track. Kwame na MP, Kwesi Arthur, Article 1. So I really, you know, connected with our people here.
Okay, and the producers who worked on these songs?
It was mostly produced by Lex. He's my producer. He done all the songs actually. I work really fast, you know. So when I'm with these people, I'm spending time. We're making so much music, you know. So we just pick the best out of it, and then we just put it out.
See, what does it mean? You're not working with Killbeat anymore?
One of my other singles coming out is by Killbeat. It's coming out soon, very soon actually. So definitely, no, it's not off the cards. Like we're still working. It's just this producer that I'm working with. You know, we've done a lot together. You know.
But is the feeling the same before and after?
Of course.
Okay.
But it will never be. Everybody's different. You know, when you meet someone, your energy with them will be different from the next person that you meet, and that's what makes it extra special. You know, somebody else will bring something else out of you. You know, so I'm glad that I'm able to make songs like Osu, Timeless, you know, and to me that's God's plan.
I see. Now my producer
Brefier as well.
Okay. My producer tells me we have to sample some of the songs on the EP. So which one are we doing first? We're doing what? Timeless. Yeah. Okay, thank you, DJ Q. Let's go for Timeless on the EP, Road to Ghana with Fuse ODG. The one at the background called Timeless with Kwesi Arthur. Let's move on to the next one. And maybe Fuse will talk about the next one, which is called what? Serious? Okay, Fuse. The next one is serious. What is so serious?
Oh, serious. This one is an exclusive. This one is not even out yet. So this is obviously it's on the EP. It's featuring Kwame na MP. I love that guy so much. His energy is beautiful, and it's Article 1 as well. The vibe is just serious, and it makes you want to dance. So this one is just vibes.
I think I saw you in Article 1 when he came to London.
Yeah. We were chilling in London, and then we were chilling in Bukom as well.
So that was where the connect was made.
Yeah.
So
no, but I know Article from a long time ago. Actually, I was one of the first people to tell him that he's gonna blow. I wanted. He was one of the first people I wanted to sign ever in Ghana.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I don't know if I was working with Guinness on Made of Black, and we did a competition, and Article 1 was one of them, and I picked him. You know, and I really wanted him to win, and we built a relationship from there. And from then, I've stayed in touch with him and tried to help as much as I can. And I'm so proud of where he's at right now. And there's still more for us to do and more to do. So I'm very excited to have him on this song, and for my audience to also see him, and obviously for his audience.
He still doesn't have a label. So what is stopping you from signing him?
Oh no, Article's family. Article's family. He knows all my resources available to him.
Okay.
He comes to the house. He everything that's mine, he can have. He has access to. He knows. When he was in London, he came to my house. We were chilling. He's like family to me. So, but definitely, I'd love to also make it official. So that's.
In fact, we also want it to happen.
Yeah.
All right. So serious. This is Article 1 Kwame na MP feature on the song.
Whoever that's a fan of Fuse ODG worldwide, I want them to understand that right now it's all about Ghana. I want to shine the light on Ghana, and that's why everyone I'm working in on this EP is from Ghana, and I didn't want nobody else that's outside of Ghana on this EP.
So the target for this particular
was
EP
to shine a light on Ghana, whether they're playing it in China, playing it in America. I want the light to be, right now my team in the UK, all they're talking about is Ghana, Road to Ghana, and that's what it's about. So yeah, of course, yeah, that's really what this EP is about. Year of Return. It's only right that I did that, So.
I see. I remember having a conversation with Reggie and Bolly, and they told me if you want their market, even your style of writing, some things should be different from what we do here in Ghana. So that's why I was asking that, because you have both markets. Which one are you looking at in terms of sales and marketing?
They're different from me. You know, I have a song called Bwame that plays on radio in the UK. So and it's all in Chi. You know, so it's different mentalities. You know, sometimes you don't really have to change your style of writing. You know, but I understand what they mean as well. You know, but do you remember that song Gangnam Style? There was no English in it, but it was like the biggest song in the world. You know, so definitely there's ways where we can still get out there without having to, you know, compromise too much.
Upper Gangnam Style. Okay, let's do it. Still on the road to Ghana EP. This is Adabraka, and Adabraka features your favorite singer, Efia. Enjoy the job on this one. What went into the selection of the featured artist?
It's people that I'm a big fan of. And just me spending time with them, and then if any magic happens, I spend time with a lot of artists. You know, Efia, I love Efia so much. Every time I see Efia, we have, you know, a great time, we laugh. And, you know, this song, it was just perfect for me and her. She was actually on her way to Kumasi, to a funeral in Kumasi. So it was like, she actually, when she came back from Kumasi, that's when we actually finished the song. So she already had that feeling, you know, the high life feeling inside of her. So she killed it, you know, when she jumped on. And I had lots of musicians in the house as well. So we decided to keep everything live, you know, and just hearing them play like that, it was just so beautiful, man.
I see. Now, because you mentioned high life in your presentation, I want to do this discussion with you. You know, in Ghana, we are still struggling to draw that line, that distinction between the high life songs and the Afrobeat songs. Yeah. In your own estimation, your own judgment, how do you also do it on your own?
Afrobeats wouldn't exist without high life. It's that simple. You know, from fella came over and he was so inspired by the music he was hearing over here. You know, and he took the high life and he mixed it with his jazz, and that's how he made his Afrobeat. You know, so high life has been the seed of African music, of Afrobeats as we know it now. You know, so to me, it's an evolution. You know, we shouldn't try and say, oh, is this is what we're doing now, is it this or is it that? It's high life has been the seed, it's been the foundation, and that can never change.
I see. So what it means is that you will never be offended if someone describes you as a high life artist.
Never. I'll be honored.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll be honored, you know. Because you know, high life music is classic music.
I know. For people timeless. In the higher life.
Yeah,
I know. Okay, so let's go for this one called Osu. And I'm still looking at a video here in the studio. Something very beautiful like that. And that toy boy, maybe this will be his breakthrough. Enjoy. There are so many things to say on this song. Fuse, I hope you know that.
Oh, yeah.
So many things. Song. Now, let me read the text that ends the video. The text says, in June 2015, Zimbabwe's constitutional court ruled that the police could not arrest sex workers. Should other African countries do same? Which question is this? Who are you asking this question?
I think that this is a topic that don't really get spoken about, but we know it exists. And our women need protecting in whatever sector of life. And it's funny, like when let's say, I don't know, there's a lot of the discrimination that goes against our women, and it's like we always think about the woman, but what about the man? You know, if you know, you're saying that this goes what's the word for it? Like a shower,
sex workers, commercial sex workers, or something like that.
Or not even that. Even when they say that, oh, this girl sleeps around too much, but she sleeps with a man. That means the man sleeps around too. Do you get it? But it's always the woman that gets the stick for him. You know, and even it's funny, but in the Bible they never mention the woman. They say the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Whenever it's good, they leave the woman out, and when it's bad, they bring the woman back into the picture. So, to me, our women need protecting, even if it's in that sector, because it's not just them. The customer is usually a man. You know, so if you're gonna, you know, shame the woman, you should also shame the man. But to me, it needs to be a situation where, you know, because first of all, nobody does that because they want to. I've done a lot of readings on it, and a lot of the women are like, you know, they're not doing it because they enjoy doing it. They're doing it because it's a stepping stone for them, and they haven't been able to find a job. So literally, it actually goes to unemployment levels as well in the country, you know. And the fact that, they get forced to get into this profession. They shouldn't be frowned upon. In fact, there should be laws protecting them, so they're not placed in situations where they're vulnerable and they're in danger, because a lot of them are in those kind of situations. But imagine if someone that there's people that you probably know do it that they will never tell you because it's frowned upon. And imagine someone being in danger, but they can't go to the police because, the man knows for a fact she can't go to the police because it's
because
illegal,
of what she's
she'll
doing,
get arrested for it. It really shouldn't be like that, because at the end of the day, it happens. It's happening whether you like it or not. So why not actually find a system in place that protected these women, But yeah, it's a conversation that can go on for long. But definitely, we should do what we can to protect our women.
I see. Can we simplify the conversation to mean that Fuse ODG is using this song to more or less endorse? I
definitely support them.
You support them?
Yeah. I definitely support them, but in a way that we need to wake up and discuss it, and and
you mean you support prostitution?
If you want to place it like that for the headlines, but definitely I support.
Not for the headlines, but for the conversation.
That's not the right way to. I support the protection and equal rights for women. In every sector. Again, whether we like it or not, it's happening.
Yeah.
So why don't we do the best that we can to protect these women? Because it actually affects all of us. Because if the man goes, the woman's too scared to do things properly. They, and she ends up doing it with no protection, wherever, because they're trying to quickly before they get arrested. We're all in danger because this man now goes home to his wife, and then now the kids are all in danger, So we need to definitely find a system that protect these women in all types of ways. I wouldn't say that, I'm someone who's, I'm pushing the agenda of prostitution. Nobody wants to do that. These women have dreams. They have dreams to be. Some of these are university students, so they have dreams. It's a stepping stone for them, And I'm trying to understand them, and we all should try and understand them and not try and shame them, but rather support them to move on to where they need to be in life.
I see. Yeah. Then I'm sure these ladies would adapt this song, and all the time whilst they are doing their to and fro on the streets, they will be playing in these streets of Osu. I see. Now, is this video a sponsored video? Because I saw the Airtel Tigo kind of thing there.
There were so many things in Osu that we just shot that was already there. And we just kept.
No, but you also have that business link with them.
We got the Fuse bundle.
Yeah, because of the Fuse bundle.
I know. Airtel Tigo. The Fuse bundle is no expiry, as they say. And I like it because when I come Ghana and I leave and I come back and my credit's expired, it's not nice. But big up Airtel Tigo, man. I'm with them on the Fuse bundle.
Okay. So they are also in support of this song, I guess. Now you know what it means. Fuse, are you ready for a conversation, say, in Parliament over this question? Whether other African countries should also do same by not allowing police to arrest sex workers.
Yeah, definitely that conversation needs to be had, because if not, then they're going to be in danger, and they're always taking risks every night. And the fact that it's happening whether we like it or not, then we should now embrace it and just find a structure, and also have a system in place where it's a stepping stone, and it really starts from how the economy is as well. Because a lot of these women, when we, what I've read is it's hard for them to find jobs.
I know.
They have families. Some of them even have traveled from different, cities to come to Accra, and they're trying to find their way, and they have families to send money back to together. So there's definitely ways that we can improve the economy that will stop people from even getting to that stage in the first place. But until we get there, what are we doing to protect these women?
I see. Now, 2 more questions on this. Why the streets of Osu?
Osu, to me, Osu is always alive. It's 24 hours. Like, even when I'm hungry sometimes and it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, I can go to Osu and get some food. And, it's right there in your face when you're there, And a lot of these women, they're beautiful, and sometimes you kind of wonder, like, what their stories are, and this song is supposed to make people aware that this is happening, but what are we doing to highlight it and to actually help these guys,
I see. Now, have you also enjoyed the services of any sex worker before?
No, I haven't enjoyed this. I don't pay. for like to have sex. I haven't had to get to a stage
you can get it because you are fused.
Maybe they'll give me a discount.
No, you are fused. You can
for free.
Yeah.
No, I want to help their business.
Oh, so it means you have been paying.
But you have to pay. If I'm gonna do it, I'll pay properly.
Oh,
they deserve it.
Have you paid any yet?
No, I haven't paid any yet.
Do you intend to?
Do I intend to?
Yeah. Because you want to protect them, you want them to survive, you want them to get money to go pay school fees.
I mean, I feel like it'd be more taking advantage. Like if they see Fuse ODG and I'm like, yeah, I'm here to protect you. So it's more taking advantage than anything else. So
the way you are laughing, it's suspicious.
It's funny when I made the song and I played it to some of the guys. I thought we were gonna have a constructive conversation, but they were getting angry that I said 200 Ghana cedis. Like, yeah, I'm just putting the price up.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious? Is this what you're worried about? They say, hey, you're messing at the market for them. I'm like,
in fact, because of this song, the next Tina Fest will boom.
I hope so.
Yeah, because they will come and openly market since they know the organizer. They know the organizer will protect us. The organizer will protect us and save our business.
I'll definitely protect them.
I know. So when is the next Tina Fest? Because I know that the ladies 3rd January.
Yeah, the first Friday of the year.
Wow, yeah. Charlie, I know the accordion say this call 200. All right, I know my guys have some questions. Guys, 1 2 our time is up. Briefly, one for few. So 3rd January Tina Fest, same venue.
Actually, it's supposed to be the same venue, but we're actually
at
looking
the trade fair.
Yeah, at the trade fair. But since we've been on this trip, I'm going to check out the beach side as well because I really like the idea of the beach side. But yeah. So, 3rd of January, stay tuned.
In these streets
on
of
social media.
I'm not in the streets of Labadi Beach.
I think guys have to start guys have to name the streets. Cantonment too as a street.
So in the streets of Cantonment. If he doesn't do it, we'll do our remixes.
Anyway, I think I like the songs, especially the Osu one.
But my favorite is Adabraka too.
Just
that the Osu has what we want to hear.
Yes. And it's a beautiful song, tight production. There's this, I don't know if it's been happening already, but now it's very loud. A lot of collaborations on EPs. I mean, all the guys, last time Article 1 was here, he had a lot of collaborations with the new clique. And we're always talking, let's have a powerful front and face the world. I think this is where it begins. It begins with the collaborations. When we have songs together, when we step out there, we could have, performances that connect.
Yeah.
Even in our performances, we have stuff together that connect us, and we didn't go there doing individual stuff. So I think this is the beginning of that let's come together and face the world, agenda that folks are pushing. And it's very prevalent in the current crop of, EPs that I've witnessed, that I've, reviewed here. Excellent job. I don't have a question. I think I commend him for what he's doing.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
Thank you. Right, Zimi. Yes, let me go to Mr. Michael now.
I love it.
Which one, the Osu?
No, the vintage. Vintage one.
Adabraka.
Yes. Live play. I was enjoying the bass guitar, and everything, the percussions, everything that came with it, And the last song, the Osu song, I like the twist he put to it. He made some very, very beautiful revelations. When in the Bible, when the woman was caught, they brought the woman to Jesus to judge. It was like, okay, where's the man? Because it takes two to
tango.
They brought only the woman, So I like the concept behind it, to protect women and all that, no matter where they find themselves. It's surely not an endorsement for the prostitution job, but then
it is a protection.
It's a protection.
Yeah. It is not endorsement, but protection.
Protection.
Yeah.
For women. For women. wherever they may find themselves, you know, and that's what I love about the whole song, you know. Big up to Fuse.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
And his business mind too.
Yeah.
You know, he has a very, very.
Oh, but if
deep
you've lived
business-
in London and you cannot be business minded, then where else?
That's not true though. There's a lot of people
are
in
you
London
sure?
who are not businessmen.
No, but
Jimmy
it,
Pie, some of them. Yeah, some of them. But yeah, of course. But it's the same everywhere in the world, though.
that's so much, Jimmy. All right, Dr. Sasu.
Well, I also
quick,
like
quick.
to add to the commandments, and I think this is great. This is great, and he has always been great. He's always been up
At the
there,
top,
and
yeah.
I like to commend you. I like to tell you to focus. Ganga. It means to focus
Gang.
and to keep riding
Thank
and
you, bro. I
grinding,
will,
man.
thank
Because
you.
we always got your back, man. And I like that. And one thing that I like to add is that, you know, I believe strongly that we should make it legal, the prostitution, so that the protection will even be greater. Yeah. And then because they are really breaking some tension. You know, because those people really help a lot. Because imagine someone who is a cripple. You know, the person cannot.
Have
You know, no
opportunity to-
woman. So if you have your 200 and you can get.
I won't take that. Who said no man loves a cripple? Who said
No,
that?
I've not said that. But there are people. There are some
Don't
cripples
go-
that
don't-
women don't like, and there are some men
Don't
who.
go there. Don't go there. Don't
There's
go
a cripple with 6 women around him right now thinking, what's he
Yeah.
talking about?
No, what I'm saying.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
No, I've seen not.
Change it.
No, okay,
Don't
let
go
me
back.
just let me know. But I'm saying that there are some men that some women don't like.
No, do you know how I wish you put it? Some men are lazy. They don't have time to go and buy me pizza at 4.
Okay,
meet
let's-
me here, like what Lady Rev did. They are not ready for the small gifts and small. So he comes.
Yeah, and so he
wants
goes
it.
in and then
He pays his 200.
and then he releases
Bam.
his tension, and that's it. So it's also a part of.
Yeah.
And
They are helping churches, as in church leaders,
church leaders.
honorable members in
Because
parliament.
you may never know who is helping some of the deacons for the
Do
van.
you also go for their services?
Oh yeah, I've tried it sometimes. Yeah, sometime in the past.
I didn't ask whether you tried. I asked that have you gone for their services before?
Oh yeah, I've gone for their services before.
Bam. Don't say try.
Late night, she's looking for a man who's
Sammy Flex,
Angel so beautiful. Maybe she lost her feathers. She's only 24, acting like she's a
She is only 24, but then she's minding her business in the streets of Osu. Okay.
She's taking care of somebody's son.
What's happening? Views, what's happening here? What's happening here?
I love him so much, man. He's the realest in here.
Okay.
The realest. He's fully focused. Fully focused.
All right. Spider.
I think Fuse ODG is a great artist, but I want to rally on something like I always. Oh,
Go ahead. Don't mind that.
I'm not going for 200 Ghana.
Don't go for it.
But I think this is what Ghanaians should focus on.
You should focus on what?
Fuse ODG.
Okay.
He is bigger than what we are seeing here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I think Fuse ODG is bigger than what we are seeing here in Ghana.
I know.
And the focus is not on him
Okay. It's Africa.
yet. You see, the focus is not on him. It's on other side of the artist. You get it? But for me, I will prefer if maybe Ghanaians and African like they will all rally to support what he's doing, because what he's doing is not just a music, or he has business in it, and he want to portray Africa and Ghana as a whole. You get it? So if Ghanaians will rally behind him rather than beefing and all that.
Don't take us back.
Oh.
The man who talked about the beefing is here. Don't bring it back.
No, but
don't go there. We have to support him, like you are saying.
yes, we have to support
Don't
him.
bring the beefing bit in it.
But Brass, I mean, Fuse, you know, in Ghana here, if you have money, that is where people follow you. If you don't have money, they will not follow you.
Okay.
as it stands now, you are the biggest artist in Africa.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Now be away winning Grammys, and then you see, you are the biggest artist in Africa, and I tell you something. You see, Ghana, some of the presenters, some of the DJs, they go by if you have money.
Yeah.
They don't follow your talent. They rather kill your talent. You get it?
So what do you want to ask him?
No, I'm not asking him anything, but I just want to make. I'm Godwin, thank you.
Yeah.
You get it? Fuse has a great songs, has a great talent, has a great business minded. You get it? But let's ask ourselves, who is supporting?
Yeah.
Who is supporting Fuse?
Sammy Flex is supporting Fuse.
Ra ra ra.
And
Ra ra
apart
ra.
from you, who?
Abeku Santana is supporting
And
Fuse.
who else?
Everyone is supporting
That's
Fuse.
the supportive that we have to get for Fuse ODG.
We are not getting it.
We are not getting it.
Okay.
So we should
thank
get
you.
it for him.
All right, Fuse, you have our support. That one we can promise
Appreciate
you.
you, sir.
You have our support.
Big up, big up, big up, big up.
Yeah, Spider-Man. His name is Spider, by the way.
Big up, Spider, man.
All right, Lady Rev, our time is up.
Yeah, so I had an earlier conversation with him, and all the questions I would have asked, you find yourself asking every other question that I'd asked him before. I would only say that sometimes we think that
there is one you can still ask him.
yeah.
Whether he would want to go for the fair ones at Osu or the dark ones at Osu.
Oh, why are you dragging me to this?
No, you can ask. You can ask just that one.
issue?
Please ask for me. Ask for me.
Please ask it by yourself. I can only say that sometimes, when you are helping with a situation that you have like the vision or the solution, you have to do more than helping. Like you said, would you ever want to take the forefront to be able to say, I'm going to fix it? Of course, we need people to help, but who are you helping? If the person doesn't see the vision the way you see it, your help is not as effective as you were leading. So in as much as you think, okay, now I'm helping, I don't want him to project more that someday I'll take over. Put all things that he will need in place, so that when he takes over, it will be easier for other artists to return. It's not visit, it's our year of return, not the year of visit. There's a difference between visiting and return. Return, establish, let's have the income at home. Just visit them, make business come back. Not visit here and then return back to the other side. So let's just have a clarity difference between the return and the visit. Aside that, congrats, guy. You were great. I like the dolls idea. It's amazing. And I like your vibe. Consistent. You've kept the beat, the Afrobeat thing. It's amazing, and we are all proud of you, ODG.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
See, now, Fuse, how much is the dough? How much it is?
60 Ghana.
Oh, 60 cities.
Yes.
And where?
You have 3 girls, so.
Yeah, I have
so
3
we should
girls.
order 3 for you.
Yeah,
Hey.
and they've not seen a black doll before, so I'm sure.
So please buy 3.
Where is it being sold?
Game ShopRite.
Game ShopRite. You just have to say you're looking for the Fuse ODG dolls and you get them.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Nana dolls, yeah.
The Nana dolls. Thank you so much, Fuse. Is there any
you,
word you
Sam.
would want to share with us before we depart?
Thank you guys so much for inviting me. I've had a great time today.
I know.
I like everybody's mentality here. You guys are very smart and fools at the same time.
Is this a compliment or an insult?
But yeah, big up everybody supporting the movement as well. We're gonna keep representing Ghana and let's keep pushing. And like what Mr. Spider was saying, right? Let's get behind the movement.
Yeah.
Let's push the music.
So you see, you remember Spider. You see the way the world is. Is that Mr. Hackett?
Yeah, that's Mr. Hackett, my manager.
Yeah.
Mr. Hackett.
I know. No, I just saw him and I knew he would be the one. Yeah. He said they are always focused on Osu. They don't have time.
Angel so beautiful. Maybe she's only 24.
Shout outs to you, Mr. Hackett, man. Great guy. You guys have kept one of the best relationships between artist and manager.
Yeah.
And we love it. We love
love
it.
him so much.
Initially we even thought he was a producer.
He's on the
Mr.
song.
Hackett. We thought that he was the one playing the beats. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Fuse.
Yeah,
We
thank you
appreciate
for
your
having me.
time. Let's do it again some other time.
Yeah,